It happened in 2002. My buddy Jake and I were at university together at the time, and at the same time were fully engaged in pickup. This is a psychological game in which a man, using all sorts of techniques, should get the location of a strange girl to get her into bed as quickly as possible. But if you think that this is such a simple activity, you are wrong. A real pickup artist is a master who can pick up the key to the soul of the girl and for 10 minutes to fall in love with her. It cannot be called meanness because women do it themselves. That is, they get the same coin in return. But I will say in advance that after what happened to my buddy, I will never play this game again. But I don't need to. I've been happily married for 7 years. And Jake is still in a psychiatric hospital. Here's what happened. After getting cleaned up in our rented apartment, we went hunting. I went to a cafe where a lot of girls were hanging out and picked up one. But that one snapped. She turned out to be a psychologist and quickly figured me out. I had to take the day off. Called Jake on his cell phone. He replied that everything was fine, that is, the hunt was a success. I was happy for my friend and started thinking about where to spend the night. For this, by the way, I was entitled to compensation in the form of a pornographic movie. The thing is, we filmed all our sexual fun on a hidden camera and then let each other watch it. I ended up going to my classmate's dorm and stayed the night. I had 2 classes in the morning, so I went home. I called Jake's cell phone, but he didn't answer. As I opened the door to the apartment, I immediately heard suspicious noises. Someone was whimpering and crying. I walked in and saw a naked Jake sitting in the far corner of the room with his arms wrapped around his knees. There was terror and madness in his eyes. It was obvious from the bed that there had been sex. I started to bring my buddy to his senses. He did not respond to me, only howled and swayed from side to side. After an hour of effort, I decided to call an ambulance. The doctors arrived and said that it was not their profile, the guy was crazy, and called a psychiatric emergency. That's how my poor friend ended up in a psychiatric clinic. When I came to my senses a bit, I decided to watch the footage from the camera that was mounted on the closet above my bed. I will summarize what I saw. Jake walked into the house with a pretty blonde girl. There was no sign of anxiety. It was business as usual. They kissed, lay down on the bed. They both lay down, and I see that the girl has a huge birthmark on her shoulder. The girl takes the initiative and the unimaginable happens. The beauty's body began to darken, as if a birthmark had grown on her skin. Her hair darkened, and webbed wings grew from her shoulder blades. The demon's face disappeared from the camera's view, but Jake's face, contorted with horror, remained in view. He tries to scream, but the demon covers his mouth with a paw with long webbed fingers and rapes him. Having satisfied its lust, the creature transforms back into a girl, dresses and leaves, and my friend slides off the bed onto the floor and disappears from the camera's view. If you think I didn't show that tape to the police, you're wrong. But nobody believed me. They said we made a great video, well done. And Jake went crazy for that kind of entertainment. They confiscated the tape, and now I can't even prove anything. Anyway, I just want to say one last thing. Guys, be careful with girls. Look closely at first, and you might see a devil face instead of a pretty face. Take care of yourself.